chop. Hey,
good work, Charlie.
Man, ain't no price on my neck. Cause everything right here, cuz. Tryna get to this check. Might have to get shit through cuz. Admit that I might love these hoes, but don't let them hold nut. I mean, she might hold the clip, but nigga, that about it. Lord, no, I don't trust. The faded with the Ninas off ribber. Ballin' since the motherfucking tripper. YKK, nigga, pour this whole zipper. Hit the meat gold, cause I'm tryna make a picker. Look so good, might try to fuck him out. Feel so good, might try to hit a sister. Nigga so drunk off gin in the love. I'ma have a real fucking hard time thinking. She smashing the homies. I think that glass in your rollie. That phantom is phony, you lying. One and the only. Feel how you.
Yo, what's good? Welcome to another episode of The Sit Down. I go by the name of Big Birds. This is my co-host.
It's your boy, the Wizington Post, WizingtonPost.com. We got some guests here. Tomorrow, Cole. Y'all boys introduce yourselves.
My name's Percy. I go by Percy Lago.
It's your boy, Mark Long. Yeah, and I'm the co-owner of Fable Live. Don't forget that.
And this episode is called Young Rich Niggas.
We lit.
Yo.
So, first question. How do y'all feel as for hip-hop artists? Should they seek recognition from the Grammys, being that it's an all-white award show?
I think, me personally, it shows like, you know, they have the capability of expanding to a different market, you know, rather than just, you know, trying to cater or market to just like their home field advantage of just the hip-hop community, you know, is majority black. So it's kind of like giving themselves another accomplishment that they're able to reach out to another market, and it's also it's like more income. So, you know, if you're leaving your competition behind, you know, they can't even touch that pop, that rock or whatever. You know, what are you really doing as an artist? Are you really trying to grow, or are you just trying to stay stagnant? You feel me? So I think they should. You know.
But my perspective, like I told them before, is at the end of the day, you're set up to fail. If you, as a hip hop artist, trying to, you know, look and hope to get a Grammy, because you know the votes are gonna go against you either way.
Okay, there's some black people that win though.
Some, but there's some that should have won but didn't because we don't know how the votes go by.
Well, I feel like they should always strive for it, because once you reach that level of obtaining a Grammy, nobody can tell you otherwise, because like, that's another level altogether.
Facts. But go ahead.
Basically, you know, in our situation, we're not artists, but as a company that, you know, we cater to the hip hop college demographic, we do have intentions of reaching that 21 and up crowd, that, you know, expand into, you know, the Caucasian market, the Caribbean market. You know, the sky's the limit. So if we were to treat this like a Grammy situation, where we shouldn't really focus on trying to get a Grammy award just because the odds are against us, you know, that's that fear of, you know, life, because not everything is, you know, going to be in your favor sometimes. You just got to, you know, stick it out, have dedication, or at least a plan, just to say.
Alright, I feel what you mean. I mean, I feel personally, that's why I say I'm kind of like on the fence, because it's like in a sense where, yeah, we should strive, reach the sky's limit, get as much demographic as you want, get the white crowd, hip-hop crowd, whatever the case may be, but it's like, it feels like that's like the goal. So it's like once they get there, they just like, alright, I'm accomplished. But it's like, oh, so you're only accomplished once you get a Grammy. But it's like, if it's like the BET Awards or the hip-hop awards, we don't watch it. We're like, oh, I want to watch the Grammy. So I feel like in a sense, it's like, we don't put no more importance on if it's like a black awards, but if it's a white award, it's like, oh yeah, because that's the majority of it. That's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's why I kind of feel like I'm on the fence. Like, yeah, you should get a Grammy, but that shouldn't be like the top of the list accomplishment. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I feel like it kind of is, because check me out. Like, you're in your same field, you reach the top of that, but a Grammy is a field of everybody else's. It's like, even if you don't have to expand, just being up there is based off your music. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I made it to that level, I didn't have to expand. My music's just that great that you had to recognize me. So I'm here at the Grammy.
That's the reason I was like kind of on the fence, because like if you get to that point where it's like, yo, you're that good, even not your own crowd, they'll listen to you too. You feel me? So I kind of rock with that. I mean, but I feel you though. I'm just thinking in a sense like, you know, it's like once they get there, it's kind of like, all right, we good. I don't have to like, it's like an accomplishment. Like you say, it's like right there, and that's it. You know, but you're saying like they had no choice but to listen to my music. So I kind of get, that's why I said I'm kind of like, I don't have like a definite answer. Like, I'm like, yo, this is how I feel, and, you know, fuck all that. But it's like, I'm kind of like, I get it, the Grammy's important, but, you know, let's not forget about the other awards. I'm just saying, what's wrong with the BET Awards?
I mean, honestly,
That's all I'm saying.
the way I feel, I kind of agree with you. The Grammys is it's a pretty, you know, it's a nice accolade or whatever.
Yeah, you can't.
But you can't knock it. You know, it's pretty
I know,
good.
you
You know,
can't.
it's a large mass group of people deciding what they like and their taste in music. But I feel like even though it doesn't feel like a cap, there's like that small margin of they're capping us in the black community where I want to be the greatest musician, and yes, I can get a Grammy, but it's so much easier for another musician to get 2 Grammys or 3 Grammys to say they're the best, you know, overall kind of thing. So I really feel like if an artist wanted to take it personally and didn't care to strive for a Grammy, then, you know, by all means, you know, that's how they feel.
I mean, that's how I kind of feel where the whole, if you look at, there's like 2 clips where it shows where Jay-Z got a Grammy, and then it shows where they shipped Drake's Grammy to his house, and they were just like, oh, I got a Grammy. And them niggas put liquor and drunk out of it. You feel me? Like, I feel like that was kind of like, to their eye, probably like disrespect, but it's kind of like, it's an award. You feel me? They know they're good. They know their music is going to be heard regardless. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of don't put that importance on it. So I kind of feel, you know what I mean? I get it, but. Alright, so last year, there's a lot of, you know, issues going on where, you know, people heard reference tracks and whatnot about a certain artist, and there's other artists where they were like, yo, I write for them. So y'all tell me, well, I'll tell you how I feel on it. About, the question is, how do y'all feel about a ghostwriter or a big artist having a ghostwriter in general? Personally feel, as the music or hip hop in general, or any kind of music in general, so we're not even gonna just sit on hip hop, but there's always gonna be somewhere that's gonna give you someone's gonna give you like inspiration. So some people might consider that a ghostwriter, or we're on the studio and somebody tells you, hey, I think this sounds better, you know, this, that, and the third. Because I've been in the studio with different artists and I've seen that happen. Or it's like literally, yo, I like that song, let me buy that from you. Then I feel there's a difference. If you do that specifically, then it's like, that song kind of has like a, it's tainted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tainted a little bit. Like, you didn't really sit there and I don't get that same feel with you. That's how I feel like on, you know, Drake's last album with that reference track.
But before that,
kind of like,
before that, let's look at it like this one. I disagree with him because at the end of the day, it's kind of this. It's like I'm a major artist, right? But I have a song, or he has a song. He's a local artist, but I sound better on his song. If he comes out with it, people are not gonna really listen to it because they don't know who he is. 1, 2, it might not sound right for him. But he wrote it though. But if I get on it, it's a banger.
But who are you to say that?
You're right. Who am I to say
That's what I'm
that?
saying.
But at the end of the day, it's happening in our industry.
Yeah, unless you're like, to me, unless you're like a group like Amigos or NWA, where y'all all 3 writing each other's group lyrics or some shit like that, there's no exception to me. Like, you can't just like buy tracks, buy songs, but it should be some sense of pride into it. Like, I'm a musician, I made it, that's why you bought it. Not because I made it this level, so I'm saying somebody else's shit, that's why you bought it.
With that being said, I understand that. You're right, it's a pride issue. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't let pride step in front of your money. Because that's what the accomplishment is too. You're right, you gave me that face. But come on, most artists nowadays don't write some of their stuff. If you know, Drake didn't write some of his stuff. Kendrick Lamar won a Grammy off somebody else's song. Rihanna didn't write most of her song. Beyonce, Neo wrote most of his song. You know what I'm saying, her song. At the end of the day, it just sounds better with that individual. You're right, it is your song, I understand. You took time, you wrote it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if that person makes it better, it won't hurt you, but you're still gonna get credit for it though.
So now are they musicians, are they artists, or just performers?
You're both.
Or they just performers? Because now you're just saying they can perform better,
Yeah,
they can entertain better.
It depends
Is
on
that, that's what I'm saying, the sense of pride
Yeah.
comes in, because deep down yourself you should know that, okay, I didn't make the song, but I'm getting all this money for it.
It don't even like.
So like, you know how rappers now yelling they the greatest rapper alive, oh, all this, but you're not really the greatest rapper alive, you didn't write the lyrics, you're just the greatest performer alive, technically, that's what I'm saying.
That's factual. But at the end of the day, It's just a saying though. Who actually is gonna say he is the greatest rapper?
That's what I said, sense of pride. That's
True.
It's pride now.
It is.
At the end of the day.
Hey, it's a business at the end of the day because, you know, if you think about it, I look at Kanye. Kanye is probably one of the greatest artists, you know, genius, rap, lyrical, whatever, you feel me? But at the same time, he does have other entrepreneurial things that he has to attend to. Like, you know, he has his clothes, he has his shoes, he has other things that he's investing his time with. And to actually sit down and write lyrics, it's like, why do that when I can make more millions by catering my time to the different investments while having somebody write my music? He gets paid, I get paid.
So what about
Everyone wins.
So what about the person? What about somebody who listened to you from when you first came out? And they're like, yo, he's real. He done it and wrote his music. Cause some people have that connection.
I mean, but if you give
to
him
music.
credit, what's the problem? Ain't
There's no
problem.
issue there. You're getting
So
credit
if
for
I go
what you do.
check the credits on your album or on
Yeah.
Rap Genius and it says writers and there's like
Yeah.
5 people under there, you're like,
That's cool.
damn, bro,
You
like
just-
you really didn't. You know
You
what I'm
gotta,
saying?
at that point, you can't respect
Yeah.
the person who came off of Ghostwriters. You gotta respect the person who made it on their own, but just has their time, you know, divided up upon different things. If they're still being productive and successful, then it's like, how can you hate somebody who got a Ghostwriter if that's just them, you know, reaching that another level, which would be Grammys, right?
That's
Type
true.
shit. You feel me?
That's true.
Alright, we got Tamarco in the building, so we want to know a couple questions. I know these young boys, you know what I'm saying? So what made y'all start this company called Tamarco? What is the name behind it? Like, what does it mean and how did it start from?
Shit, man. People like you, know what I mean? You're great, doing your thing, doing what it is. You feel me? When we first got here, you feel me? We weren't in the partying scene like that in high school. You know, we was in the same physics class, and it was on some, hey bro, y'all boys going to UCF? Yeah. You know, they was hyped as fuck. I got the last letter saying I was going to UCF, and I was like, damn. When I finally got it, it was like, yo, guess who's in with y'all boys? Yeah, we in this shit, you feel me? So we finally got here. Me and Mark, we got here during the summer, and then that's where Mark introduced me to Wiz and Bird got mixed. You know, them boys was doing Empire Only, and then, you know, transitioned to Marion Live. But it was like after that point where me and Mark was just, you know, having the best summer of our life. You know, like I said, me and Mark. Percy was over there, you know, being jealous in Broward, and then he finally transitioned. Feel me?
It's true.
Feel me? He transitioned into fall, and it was just like, you know, everything was going up. The parties, the classes, the nightlife. It was just something that was like ingrained in our lifestyle. So ever since then, we figured that if we could make a dime from it, shit, we can make meals off this shit.
Facts.
That's true, because I know it's all a grind. You know, I started promotion since back in Lauderdale, but it done grown. And I seen y'all boys, when I first moved up here, we were throwing parties and asking me questions. So, as far as the company, where do you see the company in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years? And where do you think the company, you know, would be at?
I mean, we're not just trying to limit to parties, you know, we're trying to expand
Can't do that.
through the next 5 years. But I mean, it's already happening. So I mean, if you want to look out, you'll see a couple things, you know.
Sure.
Add on to it.
Shit, I say corporation, like actual, you know, filing taxes, doing our things, you know, reaching out to that demographic that other promoters, you know, we don't like to call ourselves promoters, we like to call ourselves, you know, entrepreneurs or event managers or, you know, company owners, small business owners, whatever you want to call it. But promoters is something that limit yourselves, you know, psychologically, but, you know, calling yourself an entrepreneur, small business owner, it allows you to, you know, literally control your own fate. You know, if you want to go ahead and throw a concert, throw a party, host a fashion show, do something for the charity, you know, community service, whatever, you know. We can do it all.
That's the key thing I was gonna ask. Because when we sit down and like chop it up sometimes, I be telling him like, you know, it's all nice to when you do a nice event, whatever the case may be, but it's always like the goal is to like give back in some kind of way or inspire somebody. You feel me? So it's like the same way when y'all came and y'all was like, damn, I can see myself doing that, and that was good. Like that's one thing I don't hate on. If I see somebody that I know personally or anybody that's like me, black, you know what I'm saying, that wants to do that or do something better, I got no problem. So every time y'all ask questions, y'all was like, hey, how you do this? I'm not gonna hide it, because you know how some people are, when you ask them questions, they're like, nah, because they scared.
Mhm.
Like, them niggas might step on my toes. And I'm like, step on your toes? This nigga might be that little space where you're like lacking on. He might know something that you know that you don't know and help you, and y'all both can like blow up, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you see us coming this far when we first met us?
I didn't know y'all was gonna.
I didn't think y'all was gonna take it.
Dead. I mean, dead.
Yeah.
I didn't know they put together, but when I did, I respect it. I said I fuck with it because I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, a lot of people have to come and ask questions, man. What's up, man? How y'all do this? At the end of the day, if your main circle is not tight as far as who's in the company and know how the business is gonna go, and they have the same mindset and the same goals as you, then it's not gonna go nowhere. But no, I didn't see y'all was not, because y'all was one of the top, companies in Orlando. So at the end of the day, I thought it was just a temporary thing. Oh yeah, let me throw a party. Because we had a lot of people come to us, oh yeah, we want to throw a party. 3 months later, goes. Because, they didn't put effort into it, time.
Consistency.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all put time and effort into it.
I got consistency. That's something that's lacking in anything. Not even about promotions, just anything that you do. It's like, some people might take an L or a couple of L's and they're just like, y'all was
It's
just
funny you got an L on your hat.
So it's like, people
We don't
just...
take L's.
People just like, they don't give up. Like, you need to not give up. You feel me? So that's why I feel like when I saw y'all did that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, alright, I'm going about to put in work. And then when I seen the consistency, I'm like, that's how it is. Like, I feel like you need to treat, when you go to school, how you treat your business. If you go to school and go to class every day, because you gotta be there and do the homework and get the test and pass it, the same way you treat your business. You gotta put in that work all the time, the effort, and the result gonna come eventually. It might not come this week, next month, 3 months, but it's gonna come. And when it comes,
Quick
that's
question.
when that bread comes.
So y'all been in the business about what, 2-3 years now?
About 2 years.
2 years. What's the best? Because I've been in the game and I know the top event I've ever thrown. What is the best event you've ever thrown that you feel like you sit back and you like, damn,
Shit.
this shit. Damn.
I mean, I know my opinions may differ from these two, but me personally, I feel like my livest event would be Yardie vs. Yankee.
Part 1 and
That's
2.
what
Part
I
1
was
and 2.
gonna
I'm from the islands,
That's what I was
Haitian,
thinking. That's what I
so
was thinking.
1 or 2?
I believe 2 might have had to.
Because I was at 1.
I was at 1. 1 was lit.
One.
2 might have had the top one.
I don't know.
2 was pretty something.
2 was epic.
2 was epic.
Yeah, I was at 2.
It was bring your own bottle, man.
It was over 1,000 people, partying
Classic
together
weekend.
Yeah.
on the concrete.
No fights.
Getting
Oh, that's
loud,
what we showed the
no fights.
Those are the best parties.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
fight.
That's our best period, though. We don't like chaos and
Yeah, we pride our events on the
Yeah.
fact
Leave
that
that
it's
shit
not
at
violent.
home, man.
That's
We only come here to party, lit Lando.
That's one thing I would say
2017.
that we didn't figure out how to stop. You feel me? Because it's like, it just happened and we be inside and we're like, wait, they fight us? God damn, we gotta go outside. Oh, like, yo, take that over
You
there.
want an
man.
answer? You gotta hide the juice, man. Feel me? Like, honestly, though, you bring the girls, the guys is on the girls, ain't no problem. No problem.
That's fact.
The
That's fact.
music, it's psychology behind it. You end the parties with R&B. It calms the guys down, gets them on the girls. Everybody leave out the club on girls. It's science. We figured that out,
So I got his answer. Said Yardie versus Yankee 2 was the best one. So what is your favorite one?
I'm gonna have to go with Haunted Nights. It
Okay.
was, to me, the first one was lit as fuck because we all had the same costume type shit.
Oh,
like,
we were featured in
like some Slither man. You couldn't see our face. We had a mask on.
Comfortable
Tight
that
body
shit
suits.
was.
That shit was not coming.
I
His one,
figured
he had the
that.
small ass.
He had to get small.
Yeah, but to me that was the livest one. It was just too live. I had too many personal experiences within one party.
Juice Man.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Since I got, his answer on what party was the best there, Yardie versus Yankee 2, Mr. Head Honcho here. What's up, bro? What was your favorite party as, sitting back, relaxing after you done handle everything? You're like, damn, I just do one of the biggest shit ever.
Shit, honestly, it goes back to the first party I threw on my own, which is motherfucking Who Is Who, the social media party.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That shit right there was a game changer, man. That's what allowed us to, kind of see that we can do shit for real, for real. Other niggas ain't really doing it, but we can do it for real, man. That gave us the certification.
That was the beginning.
That was
the first step. Okay.
that was that jump that we took over the gap. It was a risk. You feel me? But we made it though, and damn it, we landed running. But after that transitioning, we turned Who Is Who into Who Is You version, the Halloween version of Who Is Who. You know what I mean? That was a Halloween party. It was part of the 100 Nights weekend. So that shit right there on Warehouse, Ash Cash, shout out to you, baby. Dog, that shit was the next game changer.
To me, that was our live event. Who is you, not who is who. personally.
So that's yours.
So yeah, who was you? The Halloween event that we had was our livest event. It's probably not our biggest, but to me our livest.
So we got your opinions on what the hottest party y'all doing. So right now, what y'all got coming up? Let me know what's up so I can be prepared to come up in that vid. You know, get a couple bottles, chill. Empire only hosting. You know, just let me know so I can be there.
Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, we got Hush Orlando coming up.
So I gotta put on my bow tie.
It's around
Sophisticated.
Yes,
I gotta be that
You gotta be like
That
Mr. Bentley.
Oh, Mr. Billy. Okay.
It sounds like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, basically for Hush Orlando, that was just something we created for Valentine's Day. You know, it's Hush, one night only. We wanted to, do something different. We usually do events where it's catered to just ass shaking, turn up fun. But we wanted to take a different approach this time. We missed Valentine's Day last year, so let's say we told ourselves, man, let's go ahead and try to do something upscale, classy, and sexy. So we want girls to come out in their dresses, we want guys to come out suited and booted, and it's gonna be at Venue 578 on February 11th at Venue 578.
Hey, you heard that right. Hush and Empire only gonna be there. We gonna do a little something. Gotta put on my daddy fine suit. You feel me? Just be prepared. You already know.
Leave the sneakers in the flat to the curb.
Hey, listen, please do not wear flats, girls. I will roast you.
No flats.
You feel me? Alright, we back. We got Marco in the building. I know all you boys are athletes. Done seen this guy play football. You know what I'm saying? We got the basketball player right here, Mr. Do It All. So, about a week from now, we got the biggest game ever. You know what I'm saying? It's like Super Bowl. Every time that game come on, you have a little Super Bowl party, turn up. Right now, we got the Patriots versus the Falcons. I don't know your opinion. Who's going to win and why? Just tell me, who do you feel like is going to take the trophy home and why?
Patriots. Why? God destined. Because it's Tom Brady.
You can't go up against Tom Brady.
You can't.
Never go up against Tom Brady.
Unless you're Aaron Rodgers.
You a Patriots fan too?
Personally, I hate the Patriots.
Thank you. Somebody agree with me.
Honest.
But I got
You hate them
respect
because you ain't
for
them.
Tom Brady because
Hey, man.
he does what he does. I ain't gonna lie.
He's great, but it's just, I feel like right now, Atlanta got one of the best offenses right now. Like, they don't got nobody to stop Julio Jones.
They defense is
Nobody.
lit, too.
And who they got to stop Tom Brady?
You're right. But at the end of the day, we can get to Tom Brady.
The defense is good,
The
bro.
Atlanta defense is decent now. But let's say Julio Jones, bro, come on, man.
Who nowadays
Bill
has a good
Belichick?
defense?
What?
That's true.
But you don't think they studying his coverages, his routes and shit? Like, dog, one man can't beat the Patriots.
Well,
Yeah,
not
but
really.
they-
That happened last year.
But they got
Von Miller beat the Patriots.
Nah.
He did.
Yeah.
He had like 2 sacks on Brady.
That boy
He had a
tippy-
pick on Brady.
tippy-toeing the
He
whole
had
game.
Brady on that bed doing tap dancing.
The whole game.
He was salsaing back there.
Once you have Tom Brady tiptoeing, and he got to move out his little comfort zone,
Exactly.
his picks coming fast.
Slow as hell.
Or he gonna take a sack. The only thing I would say is that you got Edelman, Amendola,
It's over for
and
y'all.
you got Hogan. So it's like
It's over for y'all. He finna take y'all
I
ass
don't think it's a
apart.
problem, bro.
He's going into surgery.
No,
I
agree.
the problem. He's open like he don't even have a jersey on. Like he just came out with a white tee.
Who is
He
he?
ran a route and then he puts in a jersey on. He done touchdown. Everybody's like, yo, where'd he come from? I'm like, you just forgot about him? Like they literally just don't guard this man at all. And I'm like,
Yeah, he's gonna dissect. He's going into surgery that day.
So everybody going with the picture.
nah, I'm going with the Falcons.
Me too,
Matt
I'm
Ryan,
going with Falcons.
You seen Matt Ryan?
I'm gonna go with the
listen.
Falcons just
Matty Ice.
because of my hate for the Patriots.
I feel you. I'm just saying. I don't know. It's because I'm from Miami. I'm a Dolphins fan. I just dislike the Patriots, even though I respect them, their greatness.
Yeah.
Brady, one of the best quarterbacks ever. But even though they cheated, we're not gonna talk about that. It's a different day for a different topic.
Can't talk about it.
You know what I'm saying?
And they
But it's just,
cheated.
I just feel like
Cheated.
right now Atlanta offense is like unstoppable. It's just you got Matt Ryan back there just picking shit apart like he had a grocery store. Let me get that. Cash me out. So
It's supposed to be Green Bay, but
See, just because I want the Patriots to lose doesn't mean,
It's
they're
gonna
going to
happen.
lose. Because, if that was the case, nobody wants us to be successful. But we're still going to shit on them.
well, you heard it here first.
Patriots still going to shit.
You heard it here first.
Oh, so y'all the Patriots
Don't.
of the.
You said not. You said don't associate me with that.
Cavs.
We gonna get on that. Alright, cool. So, y'all all hoopers over here. You know what I'm saying? Consider, just a few since Mr. Hill says, try. But, right now we got the biggest player, one of the biggest players in the NBA right now, Melo. You know what I'm saying? Get buckets. He's on the trading block possibly.
Yeah.
What team do you think would be fit for him? We got a couple options like
House.
the Cavs,
Mhm.
we got the Clippers, we got the
Me?
Lakers.
For them to win, you gotta go to the Clippers.
But they can't beat Golden State. We're not gonna talk about that.
They can be Golden
You
State.
see what happened last night?
Unless Blake
Lakers,
left already?
Nah, he's still
Nah,
there.
alright, so they got it. Because check me out, when Chris Paul was healthy, even when he was injured with the little hamstring, game win against the Spurs.
So you tell me, CP3,
Jamal
Blake
Crawford.
Griffin. No, we're not talking about. He go Blake Griffin,
No,
Carmelo
Hey,
Anthony.
don't disrespect Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, he get buckets. And DeAndre Jordan versus Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green.
Didn't they lose to Miami just the other day?
I'm not gonna lie,
We talking about exhibition games. You know that, right? This is regular
Their
season
bench.
games. Like
You're
this
right.
ain't.
you know how like Golden State, like let's say a year or two ago, everybody used to say that their bench was certified.
Yeah,
Nobody's saying that no more.
they're not. They're not.
Shit,
They're not.
all you gotta do is just find your spot and let Chris Paul do.
So at
Chris
the end of the
Paul.
day, you think the Clippers can win the West with Melo?
Yeah.
They be sound.
They have a high chance.
So was it
Crazy!
They'll be.
You niggas got
I'll say
fucking lost, bro.
conference finals.
So do you like them over the Warriors?
So you're telling me in mid-season right
In
now,
the
they
78
make this
series?
trade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the Clippers if they get Melo over the Warriors?
No,
Yeah.
not
That
this
nigga's
season.
is
Yeah,
drunk.
DeAndre Jordan, Blake
He
Griffin,
can't shoot free throws.
Melo,
That nigga's is drunk.
Jamal Crawford.
You talking in this
Anthony
mid?
Bennett.
But do you know that
Ball.
Curry last night dropped 40
That was-
points?
they were
What
ass.
you say? Curry is not
That team was
anybody,
ass.
bro.
What do you mean he's not nobody?
I'm saying
If you're talking about somebody, you can talk about
I'm saying
James
that team
Harden.
he played
If
with
you're not talking about
ass.
James Harden, you're not talking about nobody.
What's the percentage?
James Harden got better defenses than Steph Curry.
Are you kidding me?
Nah.
Should I put you in the tape? So I feel like y'all said, Melo would be best on the Clippers. So how about the Cavs? What do you feel like if he was on the Cavs? Mr. Cleveland, man, Mr. LeBron is everything.
Little bump game going on there.
So you don't think it would work?
Honestly,
LeBron can work with anybody.
Yeah, just
in my
'cause it's
opinion.
LeBron.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think you can just automatically say that they're champions.
But well, they are defending championship. If you add another scorer to the team,
I mean, that's what people thought with Kevin Durant, but
what do you mean? They
he,
have the best.
he could. Honestly, the way LeBron plays, he knows how to adjust and adapt.
True.
And
What about
his
everybody
point-
else?
Everybody else,
You
well,
talking
everybody,
one person.
well, you don't need everybody else. You got
Why the
LeBron.
hell you don't? I don't care about rings. That's here to get a political answer. I don't care about a super championship ring. I got my gold medals. I'm good.
But we all say that just to be in front of the media. But is that really our
He has a
mindset?
lot of gold
But I have a
medals.
question though.
I don't
When
think
you
he's gonna
play,
catch up.
when you play a team sport, aren't you playing to be the best? Aren't you playing to win the championship? Right now, the Super Bowl's coming up. Aren't you playing to win the Super Bowl?
But that's when you get there.
You're right.
He's never gotten that
But at the
far.
beginning of the season, before all games start, what is the team goal?
Win this championship.
All right, cool.
Not
So
win it.
what are you telling me as far as not having it or not, or want to win a championship? I'm pretty sure Melo wants to win and win.
I'm pretty sure too, just because he don't want to go down like Charles Barkley, have somebody say something after you
Hall of Fame,
retire.
though. You're still Hall of Fame.
Hall of
That
Fame,
doesn't
but
mean nothing.
somebody still got something
I don't
over
mean
you.
Alright, so quick question. To end the top, which team do you think Melo will be fit best if he get traded?
Fit best, Clippers. Probably not fit best.
I say Cavaliers.
He's because he's in the profit.
I say the Heat just because they need that older player to like guide the youth and build some foundation and shit.
I
Set
wouldn't
pave the
say
way.
that.
I'm not thinking about Melo helping the team. I'm thinking about a team helping Melo.
Great
That's-
point.
That's
Great
the
point.
only point you need.
I agree.
I would
I agree.
honestly.
I agree.
You're not gonna fit in the Cavs at all.
Yeah. Well, I think my opinion, the best team for him to win a championship is Cleveland.
It has to be. That's only. I think that's only
You?
option.
I think the Clippers. He's not gonna fit in the Cavs, bro.
Alright, before we end, you know what I'm saying, we just want to know for future things. Y'all got anything else planned besides Flash coming up? Anything big popping?
In the long run, right now, it's just focusing on our future. we want to continue to grow our foundation. We want to stake our roots in UCF by creating it's an RSO. It's called a Registered Student Organization. It's also going to be called Tamarco, but it's basically going to allow students to, attain experience in event management. We want to create those students who are able to help other organizations. Let's say there's different RSOs on campus. Instead of giving a man a fish and feeding him for that moment, you can teach him how to fish and feed him forever. So we'd rather create these fishermen around campus who would be able to fulfill those event coordinator positions in those other RSOs, and they'd be able to thank Tamarco for it, because I think event management or event directors are something that people overlook, and it's probably one of the most important aspects to organizations, especially when you want to gain the interest of consumers, or in this case students.
Fact. So we want to thank y'all for watching. Check out Tamarco Hush. Link gonna be in the under. Check it out. Got my co-host.
It's your boy Wissington Post, WissingtonPost.com. Tamarco is here. They drank with us. We sat down.
Hey,
Episode 2, Young Rich Niggas.
hey, follow us. Empire Only, Twitter, Instagram, Big Birds, the Z's, because they sleeping on me, man.
Yeah, and if you need tickets for Hush Orlando, if you need tickets for Hush Orlando, it's hushorlando.eventbrite.com, and also Tamarco.com will be coming soon, so stay tuned.
And we out!
Gotta do this one time for the Haitian flag. Never had no Jordans growing up, I had a Haitian dad. Got him robbing with the wings and the black ball mans. Born with a nigga selling crack cocaine.